Hi, guys, welcome back to this pelvic floor series. So, we already talked about the importance of belly breathing to tone the diaphragm and soften the pelvic floor. So, now we want to work on the ability to keep the pelvic floor toned, so drawn in, and still be breathing. So, this is really important. Anytime we're doing any abdominal workouts or lifting weights at the gym, you want to have the ability to keep the core and the pelvic floor toned and engaged while also moving your breath, not holding your breath, continuing to breathe, but moving your breath more into your lower back and your upper back. So our rib cage is designed to move 360 degrees in all directions. So if we're always belly breathing, the breath is never opening up the back. So we want to be able to do both, right? Just like all the other muscles in our body, we want to be able to expand them all the way, shorten them all the way. So this is going to be 2 breathing exercises that you can do to tone your pelvic floor and work on bringing your breath more into your back body. We're going to use the wall. We're going to put our feet up on something so you can have a couple blocks. And then it's also optional to put something between your thighs to keep the inner thighs engaged. That's just going to help everything stay toned. So I'm going to use a Pilates ball, but you could also grab a foam roller, a yoga block, or even like a pillow. So we're going to start on our back for the first one. So scooch up against the wall just so that your knees are slightly bent and you can have your feet just on a little bit of a height. So I have 2 blocks here on the lowest height. So the first thing you want to do is get the inner thighs, the adductors engaged. So you're squeezing the ball, or it could be anything that you have. So inner thighs are turned on. Now I want you to bring your ribs towards your pelvis, and we're going to make a sound as we exhale. Good. Let that go. Breathe in. And then make a pulling the belly button in, press the low back down. Good. We're going to keep that this time and send our breath into our back. Keep the belly in, send the breath into the shoulder blades, the upper back. Good. Let it go. Again, breathe in. And then make that sound. So you're cinching in, bringing your ribs towards your frontal hip bones. Belly button goes in. The low back presses. And I want you to stay in this contracted state of your abdominals. Send your breath into your back. You might feel some expansion in your waist, the side of your waist, the side of your ribs. You might feel your low back press down. Good. And then let that go. Exhale. 2 more. Breathe in. Don't let your abs stick out. So we're pulling the belly in. You're going to pull up on your pelvic floor like you're holding from urinating. Hold that. Keep the core engaged. You can press your hands into your abdominals and then breathe into your back. Very slow. Keep the pelvic floor lifted. And then let it go. Good. Breathe in. And belly button down into the low back. Frontal ribs lift up towards the ribs. Pulling up on your perineum, pulling up on your pelvic floor. Holding like you have to pee. And then we're going to breathe into the back. Breathe into the side of the ribs. Breathe all the way into the upper back. Keeping the abs contracted. Good, let it go. This is the last one. Breathe in. Exhale all the air. Abs are contracted, pulling the ribs into the frontal hip bones. Breathe in slowly through your nose, into your back. Good, and let it go. Beautiful. So we're going to come up for the next breath exercise. Come into a child's pose sort of variation. So you're on your forearms. You can take your knees a little wider than your elbows. And we're going to exhale all the air out. Same idea, making a sound. Pulling your belly in, pulling up on your pelvic floor. Good, hold that and breathe into your back. Keeping the core engaged. Breathe into your shoulder blades. Hold it there. Good, let go. Again, breathe into your low back. Exhale. Engage your core. Belly to the spine. Pull up on your pelvic floor. Keep your core engaged as you breathe in. Send your breath into your shoulder blades and your low back. Hold there. Good. Exhale. Again, breathe in. Make a sound, pulling the belly into the spine, pulling up on your pelvic floor. Breathe into your back, side of your waist, keeping the core engaged, keeping the pelvic floor lifted. And then breathe out. Last one, full breath in. Pull the belly in, engaging the abdominals. Pull the pelvic floor up. Pull the belly into the low back. Breathe in. Keeping the core engaged. Don't let the belly dome out. Send your breath into your lower back and your shoulder blades. Really expanding the back. Good, let it go. Beautiful. So we're going to come back onto our back and we're going to add on here. So feet on a surface. The ball between the abdominals. Again, the knees are slightly bent. They don't have to be a perfect 90 degree, just a little bit of a bend. And then this time, now that we've got the action of the abs, we're going to make it a little bit more challenging with the arms facing us, elbows bent. So breathe in. Exhale, pull the belly in, lengthen the tailbone, press the low back down, keep the abs engaged, and breathe into the low back. Send your breath into your upper back. Keep the abdominals engaged. Don't let them dome out. Good. Exhale. Breathe in. Pull your belly to your spine. Exhale all the air out. Keep the pelvic floor lifted, like you can't, like you're holding your urine. And breathe into your lower back. Breathe into your side of your waist. Breathe into your upper back. Keeping the core engaged. Good, let it go. Last one, breathe in. Pulling the belly in as you blow the air slowly out, making a empty the air. Abs are contracted. Keep that. Pull the perineum up, and we're going to inhale, keeping the abs engaged and the pelvic floor engaged. The breath will go into the back, into the low back, into the shoulder blades. Spreading the chest, spreading the waist on the sides, but not the front. The core is engaged. Good. And then let it go. Beautiful. Thanks for joining, guys. So let me know if you have any questions about this series. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next practice.